The nice thing about sewing and crafting in general is that it encourages creativity. I think that we need to encourage each other to use crafting tools in ways that are comfortable for us. So I got this comment in a couple of days ago when I made a video where I was using a seam ripper to, create a hole so I could go in with some scissors and cut open a pocket facing. And I was using the pointy end and just kind of like, boop, just kind of like going in there to just create a hole because it's a pointy thing and I needed it. And I got this comment here where she's like, "You're using the seam ripper wrong." And I'm like, you know what, Karen? I'm using the seam ripper in exactly the way that I intended to use the seam ripper. Granted, there are some tools that are going to be more unitaskers than not, and there are some tools where it is going to be far more effective to use them in a certain way as opposed to another way. But something like a seam ripper or a ruler or a seam gauge or whatever, where it is a very, very simple tool. Like, use the tools in the way that makes the most sense to you and that makes the most sense for the project that you're working on. And after kind of sleeping on it, what really grinds my gears about comments like this is that it discourages creativity, it discourages out of the box thinking, and it also discourages looking at alternative ways to use tools for accessibility purposes, because there are so many folks in the sewing community who have joint pain or who aren't able to use their hands as well or as dexterously as somebody else. And saying that there is one true way to use a tool is basically saying that somebody who has to modify the use of that tool is not a real sewist. And I've seen time and time again where people are getting discouraged about sewing or quilting or costuming or historic costuming, whatever, because there are these folks out there who are saying that there's only one way to do things. If you can't do the thing in this one true way, then you are invalid, then you do not belong, then you should not be part of this community. And every time somebody makes a comment like that, somebody else is going to read it and they may hear in that comment that they are not welcome in this community. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Like, everybody is welcome in the sewing community. Whatever you need to do to be part of this community, you should do that. And if that means using a tool in a non-traditional way is going to help you be part of that community, then use that tool in that non-traditional way. And not only use that tool, but like share that information with others, because there may be other folks who have similar issues or concerns who do not know how they can modify that tool to use it. And even if it wasn't an accessibility issue, if that's just the way that I like to use a seam ripper, then that's just the way I like to use a seam ripper, Karen. And just just stop. Just stop. I don't know. My mama told me that nobody likes a know-it-all, so nobody likes that.